This is the Rotary Club Wellington and the Wellington Village Peace Celebration. I'd like to introduce you first of all to the County Sheriff's Department ceremonial honor badge.
Group attention.
Hello, I'm Larry Kemp, Chairman of the Peace Initiative of the Rotary Club of Wellington, Florida. Rotary was founded in 1906 in Chicago and is the largest service organization in the world, with over 1.2 million members in 33,000 clubs in almost every country in the world. Our motto is service above self. It is the responsibility of each individual club to raise funds to support local area charities. Clubs also team with other clubs throughout the world to handle larger projects. The Rotary Club of Wellington supports several local charities, including supplying over 8,000 disadvantaged school children with school uniforms and such basics as socks, underwear, and sneakers. We also support local students with scholarship money. We have also teamed with other clubs to provide fresh drinking water to villages in Africa and outfitted clinics and schools in South America. We are currently working on a solar electrical system for a school in Haiti so that the students can run computers and also provide lighting so that they can run adult learning classes in the evenings. Rotary also has a four-way test for all members to live by. Number 1, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Number 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Our Rotary Club of Wellington is always looking for like-minded individuals to come and join our Rotary family. We meet at 12 noon each Thursday for lunch at the Wanderers Club, which is on Aero Club Drive in Wellington. Anyone is welcome to come and see who and what we are. Each year, we also run a peace initiative, which starts in January with competitions in all local schools regarding conflict resolution and multicultural understanding. The initiative culminates in September with a peace ceremony at our Rotary Peace Park, where we hand out prizes to all of the school competition winners and also award an annual peace prize to a local resident who we believe has gone above and beyond in regard to the 2 criteria of conflict resolution and multicultural understanding. I hope you find the video informative. It is just one aspect of the Rotary Club of Wellington.
World peace and cultural understanding into a practical reality for future generations, and to attend the Wellington Rotary United Nations World Peace Day ceremony at the Wellington Peace Park. Now therefore, the Village Council of Wellington, Florida hereby proclaims September 25th, 2016 as United Nations Day of Peace in Wellington. This was passed and adopted the 13th day of September, 2016. Thank you so much for making us a partner in this event and for working personally towards peace. And I want to thank my councilmen for being exemplary examples of how to serve your community. So, thank you.
Thank you, Anne, and the Village Council. I welcome my Rotary colleagues and myself, welcome you to this Rotary Club of Wellington and the Village of Wellington's annual peace ceremony.
Every year we think about peace. We think about what that could mean to all of us in our country and in our community. And I would just like to challenge all of us to start at home with peace, start with our neighbors at peace, start with our local community, and let's just spread that ideal throughout. And as we deal with everyone, one of the words that came up on my little Facebook profile when it did that scenario of who you are was kindness. And when I think of kindness, I think of it as a way to start a process of peace with all those around us. And I just want to thank the Rotary for the work that they do of asking school children to, at their own level, participate in this process And it's just amazing to see what we can do as a community and how we can all work together. And we're not going to agree. We don't expect the world to agree, but we do really strive for peace in our country and in our world. So
let me just say on behalf of the leadership of this village that this is one of those events that I believe makes us different. There are not a lot of communities, as we heard, that have events like this, that celebrate world peace. And what does that really mean? Really what that means is that we celebrate the common bond between all of us.
On behalf of the Village Council, we want to recognize and congratulate the Rotary Club for 10 years of community service here in Wellington. I think today is a reminder of the difference all of us can make, not only as a group, but as individuals in bringing about change in the world. So thank you all very much for coming out.
Peace begins with a smile. And really, so much discord and anger in the world is based out of, not getting along with other people and out of fear. So to the extent that we can, reach down, lend a hand, start that ripple, smile, and extend peace, I think we're doing a fantastic job, and this is a great start. Thank you for having us.
Now I'd like to call on Sue, Miss Susan Odell, who handles the poetry competitions for me. Susan, please.
Welcome today. I had a wonderful time judging over 120 applicants, wonderful poetry, a lot of thought and time, thinking went into it. Unfortunately, we could only have today a couple of winners.
A new world. Peace and hope ruling the world as war and violence once did. People joyous and brave before scared and cowering in fear. Now killing with kindness and optimism instead of bullets and musket balls. Friendships with justice and harmony, not with brutality and hatred. Ones with cruel minds now wiped of the time when evil ruled the world.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Will there ever be a time where peace will reign? Will there ever be a place without fighting and everything will be tame? The world cannot answer these questions because only we can create world peace. Will we ever stop blaming each other for our mistakes? Will we ever achieve peace with every race? United we stand, hand in hand, as we end the wars, as we settle the scores, as the world becomes peaceful. When will this happen, I ask myself, as I open the blinds and let in the morning sunshine. The world yet again cannot answer, because only by working together we can make world peace happen. Unified as one, mothers and daughters, fathers and sons. With all of us working together, we can accomplish peace that will last forever. As I look out the window into the morning daylight, I think to myself, when will we have a peaceful and wonderful world? This will happen in time, the world finally answers.
I recall my grandfather, an Irish immigrant, telling me about growing up in the Republic of Ireland, just miles from Northern Ireland during the 1950s and the 1960s. He spoke of bomb attacks, security checkpoints, and a constant military presence. As a young man, my grandfather lived in the midst of multiple ongoing retaliatory killings. Blame was being erroneously appointed to justify violence and murder on both sides. It was disheartening for me to hear how my grandfather was involved in this continual cycle of feudal violence. What I remember most about my grandfather's stories was the reason he could no longer tolerate the violence. He explained that after talking with another young man that he previously believed was his enemy, he came to realize that while they may have different ideologies and beliefs, they shared a common goal of happiness and security. By talking to his enemy, my grandfather found peace. Unfortunately, peace had yet to find Ireland at that time, and my grandfather immigrated to the United States. I suppose that similar stories have been told to children and grandchildren in the Middle East, Southeast, Asia, and throughout the world, where war and sectarian violence prevails. Achieving genuine conflict resolution and peace requires a dedicated approach that incorporates building trust and relationships between opposing sides.
Through our humanity's constant struggle to defeat, conquer, and rise above our fellow humans, little time is spent looking back at who we are and what we've become. The sad reality is that it's a lot less difficult to make enemies than it is friends. It is upon this realization that we now have to go back, see what we've become, and then improve on ourselves. To understand whom we've hurt and why we can resolve the problems that still linger. Israeli Prime Minister Moshe Dayan once said, "If you want to make peace, you don't talk to your friends, you talk to your enemies."
Let me give you this this plaque. It's the Student Mediator Award for Resolution Tactics. It's presented to Alexia Brown in recognition of service to her peers and our community by promoting world peace resolutions through personal tactical processes. United Nations International Day of Peace Ceremony, September 25th, 2016, signed by myself and President Tom Newman, and also a check for $50.
Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to thank Mr. Broder for such a lovely introduction. Having been a student at Wellington High for only 2 years now, I can safely say that I never would have imagined being able to stand before you all today to accept such a prestigious award. Mediation has taught me to have an open mind to all the various problems that teenagers such as myself, my fellow students in school, and all the members of my generation and generations after me, and the problems that they're facing. I have learned how to resolve conflicts and to maintain peace in our environment, peace that will hopefully bring forward mature individuals into the world that will continue to maintain peace as they grow older. Once again, I would like to extend my sincerest thanks to the Rotary Club of Wellington for presenting me with this award. More cherishing than this great title, I will cherish the experiences that I had, the skills I gained, and the friends I have made along the way. I am also very thankful for the opportunity to be able to acquire these immensely important skills in maintaining peace in our environment. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you yet again for your time.
Okay, Dr. Wes Bugner, founder of the Wellington Rotary Peace Park. Why did you found this?
Well, back in 2004, my wife had found something on the internet about peace polls, and so I started following up and found out that indeed there was a very large movement throughout the world for world peace and made peace prevail on earth. So I started doing some work, and I went to my Rotary Club and got it approved by them. But then my wife died, and I went into a deep depression for about 1.5 years or 2 years, and my Rotary friends, to get me out of this depression, kind of kicked me on the project, say, "Hey, you didn't get Jones' project yet. When are you going to finish Jones' project?" So we finished Jones' project, and I started the Peace Initiative in 2006, and we had 11 successful peace ceremonies since then, and it's just been tremendous because we're trying to involve as many people in the community as we can so that they can start to think about the world peace. That's why our Peace Park is here. That's why we have 10 different totem peace poles. That's why we have the walkway with all of the flags from the different nations, and it has worked out extremely well. Our ceremonies are well attended, and we certainly enjoy giving them.
Awesome. And you're very well traveled. How many countries in the world would you say you've traveled to?
I've been to 143 countries, and I lived in 9. I ran all the American schools for the state, not all the American schools, I ran American schools for the State Department and some private American schools overseas too. So most of my career was overseas, and my wife was an educator also, and we became very involved in different civic work overseas, everywhere we lived. And so when we came back here, it was just natural, and with all my overseas experience, it was natural that I just got into the peace movement concept back here.
So awesome. One more question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of the peace ceremony every year?
Oh, gee. I think it's probably just sitting back and having these kids think about writing a poem of world peace, or drawing a picture for a poster contest, or writing down a 500-word essay. They have to think about world peace to be able to do that. And if we can get 500 to 1,000 kids doing that every year, that's absolutely fantastic. So that's really our goal. And we used to send out posters and brochures, and we had flyers that we sent out, and those were just to get people in the community involved. And we send out a letter to all the clergy. There's 21 churches and synagogues, etc., here in the area, and with those, we ask that they give a lecture or to the congregation on world peace, sometimes within a month or so of when we have our World Peace Day celebration, as we did today.
Awesome. Thank you, Wes.
Thank you.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you, Commission, and Scott, Richard, and Ella. Thank you for being here today.